7-minute speech. Susan's title is Which Side Are You On? Let's give a warm welcome to Susan Hoog.
Time?
5 to 7.
5 to 7.
Got one of my little signs here. It's been out at rallies. We pass that around. So, good morning. And I'm going to start with a little ditty of a song called Which Side Are You On Now? Which side are you on? Which side are you on now? Which side are you on? I first heard an updated version of this classic 1930s coal miners union song by Annie DeFranco. It was made famous by Pete Seeger, champion of folk music and social change. The song was originally written by Florence Reese. She was the wife of union activist Sam Reese during the Harlan County Coal Wars in 1931. Activism has been an integral part of America, and one could argue caused the inception of America back in 1776, when the framers, in an act of civil disobedience, signed our Declaration of Independence. I'm a modern-day activist, environmental activist, and I'm going to tell you why I believe climate change is real, why I protest the BLM oil and gas lease sales, and how you can get involved. I believe climate change is real. The Global Climate Coalition, an environmental front group organized and funded by big oil, automakers, utilities, and other major greenhouse polluters, published their report in 1995. The part of the report omitted back then was that, yes, indeed, human emissions is a contributing factor in the greenhouse gases that are heating up our planet. It wasn't until recently this omission was discovered, but the damage was done. Really, all the front groups had to do to spread the narrative of denial was to incite as much confusion and doubt as possible about climate change. They didn't have to win the argument to succeed. We should know that as Toastmasters. They've been very successful in the United States with this narrative. Many American climate deniers exist today, even after the Paris Climate Summit, where 174 nations signed on to the agreement to reduce carbon emissions because they recognize its problematic effect in the environment. Therefore, I'm a believer in climate change, that it is real and it threatens our ability to survive on our planet. I know, I'm such a downer this early in the morning. So instead of being depressed about this, I decided to get active. I was actively involved in the protest actions and rallies in Reno against the Keystone XL pipeline, and after that was denied, the large coalition of activists formed during that movement coalesced in a campaign called Keep It in the Ground. The premise is really very simple. Get President Obama or the next president to stop oil and gas sale leases on our public lands, better known as the Bureau of Land Management or BLM lands. Here's why. We don't need any more leases. We have enough. Actually, the world has enough. What do I mean? I need to back up a little bit and explain an agreement established at one of the World Climate Summits. The goal is to prevent the planet from warming more than 2 degrees Celsius or 3.6 degrees Fahrenheit, as we refer to temperatures in the United States. It is at this limit that although climate change will occur, the climate scientists estimate that the results won't devastate our world too badly. How do we do this? Like any good diet, we count calories, or on this diet, gigatons of CO2s. Basically, an allotment of 886 gigatons of CO2s is the amount the world can burn until 2050. From that budget, we've already used 282 gigatons of CO2 since 2000. We now have a remaining balance of 565 gigatons of carbon to burn until 2050. We have already blown 30% of our budget, and we have 35 years left. This is what the Keep It in the Ground movement is determined to stop. why they're determined to stop any more gas, oil, and actually coal lease sales, because we already have enough without them. There's a thing called proven reserves. It's an industry-specific term regarding fossil fuel energy sources. It is defined, now bear with me because this rolls on for a bit, as a quantity of energy sources estimated with reasonable certainty from analysis of geological and engineering data to be recoverable from well-established or known reservoirs with the existing equipment and under the existing operating conditions. Proven reserves have a 90% or more chance that the resource is recoverable while being economically profitable. That is a mouthful. But do you realize how much proven reserve amount there is now currently? It's 2,795 gigatons of carbon. This is the global market. This amount is nearly 5 times the amount of our carbon diet for the next